Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, so what I wanted to do today was experiment drawing on different types of paper to see if I can get Cricut Infusible Ink Markers to blend. I tried them on premium laser paper and they don't blend for squat. Plus, this paper doesn't really take, what is it called? It doesn't take layers well. So I'm playing with a few different things just to see which I could get to blend and then transfer it onto a shirt, whether it's going to be an infusible ink shirt or if it's going to be like just a regular shirt that I can just go ahead and transfer my image and just color it directly onto the shirt. But for what I've got an infusible ink shirt that I'm using as practice. And here are the different types of paper I'm going to be using. This is the paper that's recommended. This is it's all going to look white to you guys, but I'll start drawing on them as soon as I introduce these papers. Okay, so premium laser paper is what they recommend. Mixed media paper, I want to try that to see if I can get these guys to blend. I've got Bristol paper, and that's usually you can paint and watercolor and things like that on Bristol's pretty resilient. And then cardstock, what they recommend, kind of protecting your surfaces. But I've noticed that these inks like to go onto this pretty good when you're ironing. So I want to see what it does if I try to mix them together and use cardstock. I might have to, have it sit on it a little bit longer. And then for giggles, this is shrink wrap paper. This is shrinky dink type paper. And it's always a challenge to try to figure out what looks good on this. So since Cricut is heat activated and so is shrink film, I want to see if the two kind of would work together. So just for giggles, I don't think anybody's tried the infusible ink markers on here. Maybe it'll catch fire, maybe it won't. Either way, I'm going to try it. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can start off with a simple image. It's not, all these are probably going to have different images, just to see. And it can't hurt to try out what I'm thinking about doing. So one of my biggest things is I want to draw, I like drawing faces. And I have a friend who loves The Little Mermaid. So I'm going to draw The Little Mermaid. Now, I noticed that when you draw faces, you got to be very particular about how, what's the word? How you add the markers, because they are not like Copic markers. Here, let me get a picture of The Little Mermaid so I can at least be somewhat accurate. Of course, I've got her somewhere here. And what I'm thinking about drawing is The Little Mermaid playing a video game, like she's going on a raid. And let me see, which one do I want to use? But using these markers, let me show you what I've done. Using the thing here, I'll show you. Alright, so if you see my Dungeons and Dragons cartoon video, you see me introduce these markers on here, and for giggles, I'm going to try out different other things on here too, like using the infusible markers directly on here. It's meh. This is an infusible ink shirt. My first attempt, I wanted to see what the colors would look like once they are put onto a shirt, and of course you have to mirror your image. But I hand wrote these onto the other thing, So with my key side by side, I would be able to tell what these were. But anyway, this is what the colors look like. And for skin tones today, I'm going to be using between orange peel and butterscotch. Of course, you can't read my chicken scratch. I can't even read my chicken scratch. But yeah, these are what the colors look like if you're like half-ass about putting it onto the shirt. Using the paper, the high gloss, not high gloss, but the quality paper, and I was still a little half-ass on how I was doing it. This is how bright it came out onto the shirt. It still looked dull to me, but this is not a bad transfer. From here, I was able to take that same image and on another piece of paper, and I used two quality papers, got that to transfer over, and then using fabric markers, the tulip fabric markers, graffiti, Marvio Cheetah, graffiti fabric markers, I was able to get this kind of image. I was able to smooth out the skin with those markers. I was able to kind of blend a little bit with the fabric color marker. This one is supposed to be colorless, but it's a good blender, so I bought two more. And that's what I'm going to use to try to blend these markers together on paper. Now, each one of these papers, and my ultimate goal is to basically just get my design onto a shirt, and then I can, go for broke and do what I want onto it. But yeah, side by side, I was not impressed with, and I thought this would kind of be what would happen if the tulip fabric, not tulip, I'm sorry, the infusibles would be on there. They'll stay on there forever, they won't wash out, and I even washed this shirt. Neither one of them washed out. So, I don't know, maybe this might last forever too, with this as a base type of thing. I don't know. But I've already put it through its first wash, and dry, without any kind of special treatment to it. I just washed it normal. Now, this one right here was using the t-shirt transfer paper, and it only it looked beautiful when it first went on, but I didn't treat it, I treated it like crap. I just washed it like with my normal clothes and dried it with my normal clothes. And when you do that, this paper, if it's not on well, like the middle part here did not transfer, like I didn't keep my iron-on well on there. I don't like that paper because it cracks. And if I had what's the word? If I had treated it like a baby, like washed it and then just let it air dry, I probably wouldn't have this problem. But since I didn't transfer it well anyway, it's just like unsalvageable. And if I had half a mind, I'd scratch it off. But I'm like, nah, this is the experimental shirt. These shirts are too expensive to be playing like this. But one, I don't mind making it the sacrificial lamb. So this is what it also looks like when the markers go on, but not ironed. So I had put these on here directly onto the fabric, and I did not iron it. And I washed this shirt, it did not wash out. So regardless if you put heat onto it, the shit's gonna stay. So pardon me flesh, pardon my blush. But yeah, so basically my goal is to just get an image onto any kind of shirt. This is what it looks like with Infusible. If you use like 100% cotton, it's not going to be as great. But again, I would take my fabric markers and just bump that crap up. And these fabric markers do not wash out. If you follow the directions with the markers that I usually use Tulip. Tulip is really good, and so are the graffiti fabric markers. And they're really good. I will always buy the graffitis. There's a big variety, and give me a second, I'll show you what the brand is. How do you move on when everything
you out my head. Don't know how to cope with being so broken. Girl, I can't forget about what we said. I just wanna love you.
These are a brand new set of markers that I bought. I love. I'd marry it, cheat on it, and marry it again. These fabric markers. They blend. They just look absolutely fabulous. As long as you don't bleach them. And even if you do bleach them, they're still there. It's a good marker. You don't want to use water on these. If you do need to blend, I would highly recommend buying a fabric color zig marker. And this one is good for blending. This one doesn't have any color in it. And there's also the flesh tone. This one specifically is blender. And let's see, I bought this.
I just wanna love you a little bit more.
But you can get it at Michael's. Be careful about getting it from Michael's. I had bought a set of the 3 fabric markers from Michael's, and those bitches were dry. I don't know how long they were on the shelf, but they were dry. And these guys are like $30 if you get the coupon and stuff. This one is only like $1 some sort, and Cricut I think was like 30. These guys right here are like 30. And I had bought online these color time. I found it. Let's see. My light isn't being a bear, but this is color time fabric markers. These last freaking forever, and I use these as a skin tone mixed in with these guys here. And I also use, oh my god, Arteza. These guys are the bomb. These guys work the best if you want to go the route of these type of things where you want to. This probably would have been better if I would have had the Cricut cut it out and be a print and cut. But these markers go really well on here. Now, because I treated it like crap, the color didn't really stay very well. This was supposed to be green, but it comes off as like blue on my screen. But it went on the best as far as coloring these. And it didn't wash out. It faded a bit because this is crap, but the paper crap is, But if you're desperate and it's just like something fun for kids to do, print out an image, put it on a shirt, and let them go to town. Let's see, what else do I have? But yeah, these are the fabric markers I use. Arteza is freaking amazing on shirts. Unfortunately, they only sell, I think, the black of this version where it has the tips that look like this. Very juicy. I hate the chisel tip, but I like this tip here. They don't sell these anymore. I can't find them. Let's see. Another good marker is the Stain by Sharpie, and again, I have a video where I changed Sharpie. These Stain by Sharpies don't have a brown, so I made a brown, but I also used them for skin tones, and I kind of blended it with water, almost like a watercolor type of thing. And I had a shirt for 5 years, and I had it in the rotation and everything that I wore every day, and it washed out. Or faded. Any part of it that I put on there with the Stain by Sharpie that had been, when I used water to blend, washed out over time. It's not worth it. So if you do want to do any blending on a t-shirt with fabric markers, definitely, or even using your fabric markers with paint. You can mix, if you're really clever, you can mix your paint with fabric marker to control it better, and you can always use the zig to because it's not going to dilute the formula. I guess that's what it is. Okay, so on with the show. Let's see what we have here. And I am not sponsored by anybody. I just want to get a good transfer onto a shirt. Okay, so again, this is what the Infusible Ink fabric markers. These guys on the paper that I'm going to be using here, and I'll show you what the paper does. I'm just going to draw something quick that I will be using it. And you know, it's one thing to draw like little marks on the paper like this, you know, and then, you know, another color next to it and stuff like that. But you don't get to get the practical, what these things will do, like when you want to use a little bit of pressure, when you want to use a lot of pressure, and you need to go over it more times than just, you know, doing that. Anyway, let's see, let me find a Disney chick. Disney chick. There we go. I found my little mermaid, and I'm going to draw this up real quick. Now I love the style of The Little Mermaid, and you know, my friend also likes the character from WoW that is, she's some sort of archer or something like that, so I think I'll combine the two. The archer has like the blue skin, so we'll do like we'll draw that archer character, and she looks kind of like a dark elf with these wicked eyebrows that come out like this. So I think I'm going to draw, and she doesn't have eyes, eyeballs. This is super rough, and I don't have an eraser that's decent nearby, so just bear with me. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that the only thing that will transfer when you use the Infusible Ink Markers is the marker themselves. Your pencil won't transfer. If you print it out with computer paper for lines, your lines will not transfer unless you go over them with the Infusible Ink Marker. Now the images of the little girl that was on the picture was done with, let's see, this chick doesn't have, let's see, here we go. She has like this cowl. I'm going to try to keep it simple so I don't know what the back of her looks like. Just get rid of these. Do like this heart-shaped face. Now, this kind of cheap eraser is crap on here. Okay, this is a Little Mermaid. Alright, come on now. I think I got her to the side. Here we go. This will be like the Little Mermaid mixed in with this other character. Take the ears out. Now, orange peel is the closest I could find to, let's see, to like a flesh tone. Okay, so good enough for government work. There's that beast right there. This is drawing on Bristol. Let's see, we do a quick drawing on. Now some of these papers, if you're clever, let's see, I'm going to see if I can use my table, make a cute little table here, with all the fingerprints, as a light table. Move my light down below here. Have to unlock it a bit. There we go. And I'll just transfer the image this way. This is my ghetto light table. Alright. It doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let's see, there we go. Now instead of using a pencil, I'm going to use the Infusible ink. This one here is the mixed media paper. I'm going to be using orange peel as the outline. Just trying to keep that Disney motif. Now that dark elf is like, what color is she? She's like blue-gray or something like that. Yeah, she's pretty much blue-gray-ish. But today she's going to be Little Mermaid cosplaying. Why not? Let's see. We'll give her Little Mermaid lips. Let's see, and she uses like a red. Let's see if I can find black. What else do I need? Let's see, do I want to go with the... Oh, and they dry pretty fast on here. Let's see, look at her shoulders. This one's like a brown color. I'll use that for the outline. These guys are better when they're supposedly stored upside down. I believe that's what they say. Now, keep in mind, this is the mixed media paper, so it's not like flowing and whatnot. So this one might be kind of fun to color with. Let's see, I'm assuming. And they also say to cap your junk. Cap your junk. Alright, skin. I'm going to use the butterscotch. It looks yellow, but it seems to come out like a skin tone of some sort. Now I'm trying to make sure that I don't have any streaks, so I'm kind of doing it in like a circular fashion. The lines that I'm overlapping, they aren't bleeding or anything like that.
I'm a mess.
And this is like a
Don't know how
nice
I got here,
experiment just
but
to see
I'm
how well.
blessed. Didn't know it'd take me past my destiny.
The marker
You're
does with
behind
other paper,
me
because I've seen it with
the rest.
cheap paper. I've seen it with, okay, and you'll want to let it dry, because you don't want the markers to lift up. Okay, I'm gonna try a little bit of blue. Just a little. And usually you do it with two wet colors. Now the tendency that I've seen is that it tends to lift up when you use a little bit brownish color. And then we'll switch to peach.
Gotta make space for the new you, like I'm old news in your review mirror. It must be nice you went and got a penthouse, all your friends partying it's real loud. Brand new money with a brand new chest, still a baby bird price straight off the nest like you.
It doesn't look like it's transferred on. So it's a thick paper. just random stuff. I'll even try to do one of the others. Okay, so this one here is the fuchsia. Now this is really sucking up the ink.
Things could only get better. I need it more than ever. They don't.
Now, I don't really need any white marks. Pretty much what I did on the other paper was do a once over on it. And then stop, let it dry, and then went over that. So I'm just going to do a quick. Now I'm not sure what it looks like if a lighter color can go over a darker color, but I know a darker color can definitely go over a lighter color. Let me put the music on. Let's try a little bit of orange or something like that. I'm going to close these up since it might take me a bit. Okay. This color here is Sunflower. I'm going to use that as like a lighter tone. I don't see too much of a difference here. Assuming that maybe the light's coming from this direction here. Now also just keep in mind, this is just something that I want to do to get the image onto my fabric. Now what I'm liking about this is that it's not ripping up just yet. This is the mixed media paper. Now on this type of paper, it feels like it's like a step up from Crayola markers. But if you're not careful with Crayolas, they'll, rip your paper. All right, let's see. Let's see, what color is there? A cowl-looking thing. Kind of like a purple. So we'll use a couple purples here. We've got this one is purple. Now, one of the strategies I was going to use on the skin was to pretty much like do streaks like this. And this is what I have to do on the delicate paper, the laser paper, because it's not built for wet media. Well, it is, but it's not. the laser paper to me seems like it's more for something that gets, you know, sprayed onto it and dries and it's done. You're not going to go back over it. You're not going to reprint over it. So I'm going to use the purple around the outside, but also add like a darker tone. Now I also want to try using the complement on the color wheel. So like the color that's on the opposite side of purple should be like yellow. And I want to see if it makes it darker. Because I know a darker color like black will make it darker. Let's see, so like a yellow. Let me bring this over. I'm going to try that in the dark color. And I'll bring my light back around so we can see what it looks like. I'm really being half-assed with this. I really want to do something interesting, but I don't want this to rip up on us. Okay, so right here, I'm going to use like a lighter purple. I don't know if this is lighter or not. I haven't paid attention. Let's see, this is that color. There's a couple different purples here. Let's see. This one looks like it's the lighter of the two. But yeah, this one's taking the marker extremely well. Even though I color like shit right now. Just try not to leave any white streaks. Just put your color down and then let it dry, and you can always go back over it. And we'll see how many layers of ink this thing can take before it gives out on us. Okay, let's get these eyeballs on here before I lose it. Let me put it back on there. You can always tape yours down and stuff like that. Okay, let's give her Little Mermaid eyes. Fail. We'll make them thicker. Okay, so at least we got something down. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back, add some more to it. So we got that guy going. Okay, for this one, I'm going to do just some black outlines. This is the Bristol paper. Okay, and this is the black. This is the 0.1 markers. The 1mm markers. Chick's got eyebrows for days. Eyelashes for days. When I do this for my friend, I'm going to make it look a lot better than this. Yeah, I've been really spoiled by doing digital drawings.
Another broken plate, another called off date. We never seem to get it right. Another heart attack, words that we can't take back. We are the reason opposites attract. Once you slam the door on the second
Now the thing about it is that if you do decide to use infusible ink markers, you're going to have to reverse your image. Okay, so this was what it looks like on Bristol. I want to see if it will blend a bit. Let's see, this chick has got like a light blue. Okay, so she's got like this light blue skin tone. Let's see. This is vivid blue. Let's see, I've got like a bluer color. Okay, so with this and that zig fabric marker. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get this to give me that.
Let's talk until we're fine. You've been in bed for days, empty without me, you say. Can't you just magically turn up in mine? Then you knock on my door on the second floor.
Okay, I'm going to try to use a light touch around the eyes here.
Me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. Stuck in an endless fight like every night. It still feels right.
And I think I'll use a different marker for that.
Even the words can say I wanna change the thing.
I'm going to let this side of the face be a little bit lighter. Let me see if this will work for me. It's got a brush tip. Now my biggest gripe with these is that they don't blend. You know, that they don't move on my paper. That's why I'm using the zig to try to get them to move a little bit. And it doesn't look like it still wants to move. Let's see. Because it requires that it be wet, very saturated. Same thing with fabric, not too saturated or else it'll move outside your lines. You don't want to lose control. You don't want to lose control. Yeah, it's not blending. Yeah, once it goes onto the paper, it is on there. Let me see if I can add another layer. I'm hoping that once there's a layer of something on here, maybe it'll act differently. I'm even putting a little pressure on it, nothing's happening. Yeah, so it's not blending. Yeah, these guys do not blend for nothing. Even Crayola blends. let's try it with another color. Let's see. I'll use the black a little bit here. I apologize, I have not been in the chat. I'm going to move my source image over so I can look at my chat. There we go. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, or some suggestions if you think that of some ideas. But yeah, this is me using Bristol. And I think what I'll do is I'll write down on the image itself so that when it transfers, we can see what it looks like. Alright, I'll put a little bit of a darker tone here. And bring the purple in. These are my purples here. So I'll use this one. I'll use this one first. So like whenever you have these streaks here, use another color or come back over with the other color. You can go in the opposite direction and just kind of fill it in. But ultimately you don't want any white showing if you can help it. It'll look like doo-doo if you do. This one. Now they will layer on top of each other. They just don't seem to want to blend, which is not a bad thing if you know, you don't want your colors to, when you really don't want your colors to move. But when you do, and you want to get that gradient, it's not going to give it to you. Let me try gray to move. Now I'm not sure if it's, I think it's the formula that's keeping it from moving. I'm using a gray for the shadow. And then maybe fill in some of these extra little white spots here. Now when you iron it, some of the white will go away, but if you're not careful, the white will stay. And then there's no fixing it. So it's better to just go ahead and keep yourself from having a little white spot. And that's because of the grain of the paper. Let's see. I don't use purple. Now you don't have to have it like super saturated to get your color out. It'll come regardless of how saturated it is. But I don't know if you can tell, but this is a little darker than this tone right here. That will show. They're not going to be all one uniform tone. Also, I tried mixing it with other markers. The only marker that will come out will be the Infusibles. No other marker will show. So like if you take an image that's already done and you don't have any infusible ink on it, it's not going to come out in the heat. Now, when I'm coloring, you may find that some of the paper comes off on your marker, not so much on the Bristol or the mixed media paper. None of it lifted up. There's a slight, there might be some from when I last used these where the paper is lifting. I didn't want the black on this side really, but there's the pink, 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 pink. All right. Butterfingers. Butterfingers, butterface. Yeah, any streaks that you put on here, it's gonna show. Oh, there's the lead. Oh, reach, Kevin, reach. Okay. Now this black part should be somewhat dry. Let's see, what color should I use? Let's use a blue. Just try to get that. I could use a gray. Let's try the gray. Now it's not reactivating any of the other markers, so it's not moving the marker, so they're not blending together. Not a bad effect for hair, but if you're looking for movement of tone, it's not going to give it to you. So this might work well with more of an anime picture. You can draw one of those on the next one. I didn't want to spend too much time here. Okay. We're going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and see if there's any other things that we can do. Just try to get rid of some of the, any white streaks. Now again, your pencil marks will not show. If you use anything other than the Infusible, it's not going to show. Even a fabric marker will not show. Okay, let's color in her ears a little bit. Okay, so this was the Bristol. And I'm going to try to write Bristol backwards. Let me do it this way. We'll do the same thing with mixed media. Yeah, I'm really disappointed that these guys didn't blend. So it's kind of like using Crayola markers. Only it's not looking at my people. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, next beast. We're gonna let those guys dry and we'll come back for them. Okay, I'm gonna move my light so that this will be its own unique image. This one right here is laser paper. And I hate this on the laser paper. So with this one, I still want to master skin tones, and I know right off the bat that this is not going to blend, so let's try doing some sort of anime looking type of character. So I'm going to see if I can find a source image or just create something. Let's see if we can get somebody that's kind of well known. I could do my favorite guy. Let me see. Somebody nice and simple. Ooh, I like this image. Plus it'll let me do a couple pictures. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be accurate, so let me just draw it in my own way here. Okay, this is going to be the premium laser paper. Let's see. I do want... zoom in. Now again, the markers are the only thing that's going to get picked up. When you draw directly onto a shirt, you'll, have pencil, but eventually the pencil will go away. It'll wash out over time. If you can't find a good marker, I recommend using, for outlines. T-shirts, they have a texture to them, and it's not like drawing on paper, where paper's smooth. It's like drawing on something with a lot of lines, a lot of texture. If you've ever drawn on, I'm trying to think of the equivalent of drawing on fabric. Sandpaper, you know, like it has a rough surface. It doesn't lend well to nice, crisp, straight lines, especially if you don't have something that's going to hold it down. Because you got to have a lot of control if you're using a fabric marker. So I recommend using, you know, I've seen a lot of people like tape things down, and me, I use embroidery hoops. Embroidery, because I was racking my brain trying to figure out how can I draw on this surface without it, you know, moving all over the place. That's the biggest frustration, is that your stuff is going to move. The fabric, it's almost working against you. So what I use, like I said, is an embroidery hoop. It's designed to keep fabric in place. And it's like, well, let me use it. And oh my god, once you use an embroidery hoop, your stuff will not move. You got to be careful that you don't stretch out your fabric too much, or else when you get it back, it'll be distorted when it comes back to its normal shape. So, if you want to see that, I'll probably have a part 2 where I will take these images and then enhance them. And what it looks like with using like the other fabric markers. Okay. This will at least give us a practice with a few.
I was okay till something in me changed. Don't know why. Don't know why. You got me high, but I'm sober.
A few different colors. Now this is an anime image, so a lot of the colors are going to be, they're not going to blend, so that's one less thing to worry about, even though I love them too. I'm just going to get rid of some of these lines here. Okay. Now I want to put the little mask on the side of his face here, because it's cute as a button. And as much as I bitch about cats, I love cats. Dare I say, I admit it, I like cats. I like cats a lot. Wouldn't marry him, but too funny. Okay. No. A little bit more.
Didn't care for one another. You and I.
Yeah, very simple colors, simple shapes and stuff will work. I think they'll work really well on this type of paper. All right. Give me a second. I like this picture. This turned out better than I expected it. Let me take a quick picture. And I might end up cleaning it up a bit. Use my iPad real quick. All right, where will it be? Camera. There we go. Oh my God, I love it. Let's see. Do it this way. Oh, I gotta stand up. No, I can't see it. Okay, Kim, genius here. See if it came out all right. Lovely. Okay. Okay, so we got this here. I'm gonna bring this down below a little bit for a second. Whoops. Okay, and again, I gotta write it with Infusible ink because it's not going to show up when you transfer. Now this is supposed to be the ideal medium. Now this is going to be the reverse of this image. God, dandruff. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and outline. I'm going to bring this back up. Well, actually, I'm going to keep it down. Let's see. Okay, we did Bristol. Okay, here's cardstock. And I think for cardstock, we'll do it the right way. It'll be the proper. It's kind of hard to see.
It doesn't even make sense.
Do the outlines real quick.
What I think about you. It was only one night, only
that time and it's not my style to be caught up.
Probably easier once I see it outlined.
Cause now I dream about you.
Okay.
I was probably too drunk to worry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't. And I should let it be.
Let me get rid of some of these colors here. I don't use them all. I'm going to use butterscotch, which is this one. Maybe the orange peel. Got the black. Red.
And it would be alright to let me down.
No, more like a fuchsia.
Let these feelings slide.
Okay, here's fuchsia.
So I'm gonna dive
And
into
maybe
you.
we might keep the purple. Maybe that might help
Doesn't
the
even make
fuchsia.
sense.
And that's
Why
all
we
I
try to
can
fight
use
it?
to this character.
Every time that we
These are
touched
green
and
too.
caught on fire, we could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying. I wish I didn't want you. I was doing just fine, the way that it was. Then you hand me these emotions, didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go
See, I don't have a blue
away,
green of any sort, so
but I know they won't.
I'm trying to decide
And I
which green to
should
use.
let it be.
We'll just use the base green. Okay.
But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I tried, but what can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you. Dive into you. Dive into you.
Yeah, I think
Dive into you.
simple
Dive into you.
anime pictures will work really well.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive into
Good
you.
to know,
It doesn't even make sense.
because
Why I
they
think
are
about you. It was only one
They
night,
don't blend.
only that time, and it's not my
Not all of
style
them.
to be caught up in the middle like this.
But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I tried. What can I do? And it will be alright to let me down.
I'm gonna need a thinner.
Feeling slide.
Let's see if I can find a thinner
Dive into you.
marker like this.
Dive into you. Dive into you. Dive into you. And it will be alright to let me down. I'd rather we try than let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
So if you are going to use these markers, you might want to draw large because of the outline. It's pretty big. So these are pretty good for coloring, I would think. Coloring images here. Not so much for outlining. Unless it's a big image. You know, like on a iPad, to zoom in, you just like kind of do this motion. I was just about to do this one here. I'm such a dumb bunny. Who's spoiled by an iPad? This one, this one. So remember that your images, if you want them to come out right side up, you need to reverse them. That was cute, Kim. You didn't need to do that. Ay, ay, ay. And that's gonna show. So I'm gonna have to somehow cover that up. Let's see, we'll do this sort of thing. All right. Trying to use the very tip in order to get a really thin outline. That's as thin as I can get. Okay. Let's go ahead and add a few hard shadows. Can't get any thinner. Okay, that's as thin as I can get.
Hoy mis deudas reciben perdón. Pago por el show. Me siento feliz porque si no soy yo, pues quién. Todos caen a mi lado. El freno lo arranqué. Me siento feliz porque yo no dudo mi power. Te burlaste de mí, se acabó. Trata de festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, quiero un carro que corra más. Nada me rompe.
Right now, this stuff is behaving. It's not lifting up yet because I'm not layering it. Any kind of color. It's just one color going down, one stroke, and you're done.
Quiero un carro que corra más. Traigo un fin y después fumo un cabo del cigarette. Me pierdo en la ciudad. Ha llegado mi tiempo ya. Voy a vivir porque si yo no soy yo, pues quién. Todos caen a mi lado. Los frenos los arranqué. Me siento feliz porque vivo mi vida centrado. Te burlaste
Yeah, if I do this again with these markers, definitely draw bigger. Otherwise, I just need to find a smaller marker.
Festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, mi parte me espera mientras rodea. Nada me rompe, no, no, nada me rompe.
Same thing with face. Just want to kind of, especially if you have a big image, try to avoid having white spots. Again, you can just do it and then let it dry. That way the paper doesn't come up on you.
Los frenos los arranqué,
You can see it's drying pretty
me cae
fast.
bien. Los frenos los arranqué, el riesgo me cae bien. Trata de festejar, celebrar.
Oh, if you decide to use the transfer paper technique, that takes forever to dry. Because you're like coloring onto, the fabric markers are pretty wet. And you're coloring onto something that doesn't really absorb the wetness well. It does to a certain extent, but it takes forever to dry. So keep that in mind if you decide to bring a transferred image over. Okay, I'm gonna make this one the black. Alright, okay. I'm going to move my light down a little bit. Oops. Flip it. And this is going to be cardstock. Much better. See, I can probably center it better too. Not that it matters. Okay, there we go. Cardstock is taking it really well. And what's really cool about this is that since these colors don't blend, once this dries, I can just add the reds. Like this is all red in this area here. I can go like right over my lines here. Tracer. Yeah, this feels like a dream on cardstock. Now, if I'm going to do any blending, I'll probably end up doing it onto the shirt itself. Any colors that need to be fixed, probably end up doing it onto the shirt itself once it's been transferred. Now these markers, you know, if you use this the ink, you have to leave it on for quite a while. I think it was, I'm gonna look it up before I do it. Yeah, this one's really, you know how like when I was doing the paper called mixed media, it was really sucking up the ink. This one, not so much. It's just pretty much gliding very well. You know, the mixed media one, I thought was going to suck up all my marker. I was that scared. I was going to take up all the ink. Okay, I'm going to flip this upside down. can look at it right side up. There we go. A little paw in the way. If you're one of those people that likes flipping that paper, this is like a great opportunity to fix any errors in your drawing. I'm going to let it taper off. And you know, I could probably just do outlines. I think I'll do one that's just outlined, and then another one with that way you can see what fabric markers can do. Now you also have the option of fabric paint. If you're using fabric paint, oh, this black marker is nice and juicy. It's just really flowing out on this. And this is cardstock. I might end up doing, if this transfers well, I'm gonna end up doing everything on cardstock. This is nice. It's taking the ink, it's not leaving me too many streaks. And it doesn't feel like it's gonna come up anytime soon. I have this bar in the way here. Turn it again. Now if you're concerned about it bleeding into the other image, you can always draw it in pencil, transfer it over in pencil first. Hopefully my eyes won't look too wonky because I don't think I'm perfect here. And then just do your coloring and altering. I was watching another YouTuber who did an experiment to see if you could do this on, do this with any paper. And she proved that, yeah, you can use regular computer paper, like the, what's it called? The multi-use paper type of thing. Ooh, I think this is kind of wonky. Yeah, I think it'll work okay. It is the reverse of the image. Okay, let's see. I don't know. It's hard to see when it's reversed like that. Let's see. Perfect, okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw some colors on here since I'm really impressed with the cardstock. So let's look at this right side now. Okay. So, oh yeah, cute. All right. This would be so darling. Even just the outline. I like this outline, period. It just looks so cute. All right, let's move my light. Now to find the purple that works best for his hair. I thought the fuchsia would do okay, but it might be a little too red. Let me try something here. Yeah, it's a little too red. I'm wondering if it might change the purple enough to what I need. Somewhat. Like with just the purple. Now sometimes when I see his hair, it's green around the edges, and then other times when I see his hair, it's got the reddish purple color. I can't decide which one I like best. We'll use the fuchsia. And then maybe we'll throw in a bit of purple on top of it. Let's see. We'll let it dry. Now you gotta keep in mind that when it transfers, it's going to be very vibrant. Like bright. It still looked kind of dull on my transfer, on my Infusible Ink shirt, but it was like a light color. Like it's not a deep dark fuchsia. Yeah, this is going to work out pretty good for very simple images. It's not picking up and all that stuff, so, I guess experience. Let it dry before I do anything else to it. Let me throw a little bit of, I wonder if a different purple would work. Let me try this one. No, this is lilac. Maybe a pink. His eyes are, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Let me bring this over. So I'll try to capture that color in his eyes. I wonder if I can do a split screen. I can. Learn something new every day. There we go. Just gotta remember to move stuff back over when I'm done. So like on screen, it looks somewhat close, but once I iron it on, it might not look that close. Let's see. Just went over with bubble gum. I don't think that's gonna work for me. Let me try the fuchsia. Oh, that looks good. So it looks like it changed the color. on the premium laser paper. I went over, let's see, that's the fuchsia. We'll go over a little bit of it. That's closer. This here is the gray. We'll see what it looks like once it transfers. I'm not going to color the entire thing, so it'd have like this effect here. So it's like darker here, and then on top it's a little lighter in the highlights. Good highlights. Let's do this green bag. I think I used gray, so that when I do go over it with green, it might change a bit. Just kind of give it one stroke, one streaky stroke. Okay, let's see. I'll let that dry a little bit. That's a little dark. Let's try a lighter green. We'll keep it anyway. Let's see, we'll use... This is like a lime green. This might be closer.
Somehow we lost it all when we left that room. Maybe we should.
Maybe we should have seen that we were I'm putting it upside down because it's like, I don't know. I think these work better when they're upside down. This one might be closer. It's so blue. What is this? Mint. It's very deceptive because it does not look green. Let's see. Let's try it dark green. This one here is forest green. I'll let that dry a little bit more. Ugh. Forest green is blue on here too. I like it. This is green. Or just green, rather. I'm gonna let these guys dry. Yeah, these greens aren't happy. They're not a happy green. Now I'm purposely leaving streaks so I can go over it with another green. Let's try this one. This one is a green apple. The green apple is the beast that will do it close. They all look blue on my screen. It's probably just my settings. Your settings stuck, Kim. Everything is blue. Okay, I'm not going to go over it too much because I can already feel the paper kind of giving. And it leaves a little bit of mark on the marker. It still looks blue. It's my settings. I don't feel like monkeying with them right now, but let's... yeah, I think if I mess with them, it's going to mess up everything. Let me see. Yeah, it's not doing anything for me. Cancel that. Let me try something else.
Can we
Capture
be
device.
friends again? I give up. I know how this ends. Might sound strange,
Trying to see if there's a way to change the
my
coloring.
life for you. Nothing's changed. I just ran away from the truth. One of us makes a mistake. We work our way through the heartache, and then we're back where we started. We've gone full circle again. But that's what we do.
I guess I'll have to play with this later.
That's just what we do.
I don't know. I used to be able to fix this.
Last weekend,
I'm trying to configure the video and see if that'll bring it out to the green.
I guess. Let's pretend that we are made
Opened up in another window.
One of us makes a mistake.
Oh well.
We work our way through the heartache, and then we're back where we started. Gone full circle again. But that's what we do. That's just what we do.
Oh well, I'll just have to play with it later. It's my camera settings. I apologize that this doesn't look green. None of these greens are a perfect match. Oh well. Good enough for government work. Now this pot right here, this is white. This is like a bluish color. Yeah, my junk is all messed up. This is supposed to be rounder.
Like we always do.
Let's see. I wonder if this gray will work.
Like we always
Yeah, this one will look like gray. And I think the inner part of the sun is red. This is fuchsia. I want fuchsia. Go. These guys red. That's the other ear. There it is. It does have a little bit about the outside. I'm going to get to a certain point where I'm going to stop and work on the other one. Just so I can let this dry. Let's see. I think instead of coloring his outfit completely black, let's see, he's got this is dark gray. Now his my screen here seems to be more true to what I'm looking at than my actual image. You know, I'm thinking this infusible ink will be perfect for anime, drawing anime. Or, you know, very simple images where they're not blending. You know, you lay the color down and be done with it. Oh, I forgot his buttons. Oh, damn. Oh, well. Buttons schmuttons. Okay. Let's see, his scar is kind of reddish. I wonder if I color slow with more of the ink flow. I'm gonna make this a little redder right here. Now they look dull on here, but when you go back to your you know, to iron it, shit is bright. Oh crap, okay, I gotta hurry up, or else I'm not gonna be able to get to the other experiment. Okay. Alright, let me hurry up and do this one. You know what, maybe the cardstock I might leave black and white. Yeah, do it. But before I do it, I'm going to transfer the image onto here. Okay, shrink film. Oh, we need to do it reverse, right? Now this one's kind of tricky because both sides are slick. And usually one side is not slick. Like I should have buffed it out. Let me try something. Since it's a shrink film, it's going to do what shrink film does, and we'll see what it does anyway. Okay. Let's see if it'll even take it. Now my theory, hoping that it doesn't like just burn up in the oven, this one is pretty big, it'll shrink down to half the size, so it'll be about this big once it's done. I need to go turn on my oven. It's been a while since I made a shrinky dink. The smaller ones seem to work pretty good. The larger ones I end up having to put like a knife, like a metal knife or something like that on it to keep it from curling up too badly on itself. It's going on like butter. A little bit off. Okay. I figured I was going to cut off I'm going to make these little circles a little smaller. Now on here, I'm wondering if it could actually blend because it's actually sitting on top. And you know, there was a time when I was doing my first image that I wanted to see if my colors, you know, like they would actually blend. It might actually blend on here. Now this isn't going to be an iron-on transfer. This is actually going to be, you know, a full-color image with the Shrinky Dink, if you've ever seen one. I had one video where I just about set my house on fire, trying to do all this crap in my bedroom, where my computer was. You know, this is really going on very well. I like it. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do. It is a heat activated item. So will it get darker, more vibrant? I know that Shrinky Dinks, when they shrink, they get a little bit more vibrant because all the colors kind of merge together. When I tried using paint, the paint would sit on top like a texture. Paint and paint pens, I think. No, I think it was just paint. Glitter, they'll do the same thing. They'll just kind of sit on top. Because it had no place to go. It had nothing to absorb itself into. I think that's the majority of the black. Now I don't think this is dry. Black is not perfectly black on here. It's like a brownish tone. You won't see any streaks because when it shrinks down, all the colors seem to merge together. Fuchsia in his eyes, I think. Hoping I haven't shifted this too much. We'll use the fuchsia in the hair too. So I'm excited. I have no idea what this thing is going to do. Now these Shrinky Dinks are really cute. I like putting them onto hoodies, you know, onto the strings on hoodies. Now, unfortunately, I cannot bring my camera over so we can watch the magic happen. Okay, here's green again. Let's see if this will work. Green mix of green. Okay, now the colors look like they're separating a bit. And that happens sometimes with the Crayola markers too. Let's see. Now I'm wondering if I can go over colors, if they're going to move. It looks like they will because it's not dry. Okay, so I'll lay the base colors first, and then I'll add more black. I don't know how long it'll take for this to dry.
We're talking to each other. I
Now,
know
part
we
of
feel
me
the same.
is tempted to do it with my Cricut machine, my heat press, but I'm thinking that the color might come off on something else. Whatever I put on top.
Starts with us taking the chance. Not like anything we've done before.
That sounds like fun. Okay, let me lift this up to see what I need to do next. I think it's going to be scar. No, we can't stay no more. Come run away. The shrink film is plastic. It's a very thin plastic. Let's do some skin. We'll use the butterscotch, and because I think that this will, I'm going to put this real quick. Yeah, see, it's still wet, and it might need to be reactivating. Let's see, I'm going to use a little bit of this one.
It's always mixed emotions. The first step is always hard. When you walk out of the doorway, but that's just the place to start. The only thing I ever wanted.
Oh, not the butterscotch. Let's try the orange peel. We'll try the orange peel on this one and the butterscotch on the other.
Now it's time for something better. It's time for us to follow what
Now I'm liking it on here. I'm wondering, this will make a really shitty transfer because it shrinks. So if anything, it would probably smear on a t-shirt if I tried to use this as a transfer. But it's a thought, though.
About time we let things go. Is this our destiny? Just like it was.
Gosh, this would be awesome if it worked on this.
Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do. Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you.
I gotta be careful because it's reactivating other colors that are down. Okay. I'm gonna go turn on my oven. Alright, and then I'll come back and do more to this.
We can pretend that we're just friends, yeah. But who are we kidding? We can pretend that we feel nothing. But if you game, I am willing to jump. 'Cause I'll be thinking about crossing the line and just kidding. And I'm feeling the way I do. Cause I've been thinking about you all the time, can't get enough. I wanna make it with you. This time
I'm thinking I'm going to cut so I don't have all this extra space. And if I put a hole here, I can turn it into something and I can ornament or something like that. Alright. Yeah, so it's kind of beating up here, but I'm wondering if I can mix a color on here. Turn it upside down. Oop, not on this, not on this, not on this. So what I'm thinking is maybe rubs off crazy. Okay. Let's see. I don't really have anything else that I can outline this game. Because I want this to be strictly Cricut Infusible. Okay, sorry if I'm very faint with my speed share. Let's see. Okay, here we go. If you're having problems hearing me, I know this is like really late in the game, but if you're having problems hearing me, just give me a holler. Oops, if I move my screen over. Move you back over. Come on now. There we go. Alright, okay, so still recording. So I'm wondering if this would take some time to just go ahead and sink in. And if it does it leave this bubbly look about it? My hand must have gone over. Okay, now the heating element is ready to try out. Yeah, it's bubbling up, like it's beating up. It looks like I can go over other colors fairly easily. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and set up my camera over on the other side. It'll just take me a second to move everything over. Hopefully I'll set my house on fire. Now my camera that you see here is hardwired onto, let me turn this part off. We don't need desktop anymore. Okay. Now I think Oh, I was going to cut this out a little bit so it doesn't curl so bad. Okay, I'm going to double check. Look a second. Keep it kind of round. I'm going to check the settings because I believe the transfer for the t-shirts is only 40 seconds. And if my camera had enough memory on it, I would make a quick video of what happens on the camera so that I can bring it over, but it doesn't. I'd like to try something. I'd like to take this film and use it to make gradients and then use a paintbrush and apply it to my images. Okay. Oven's going to take a while. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to switch everything over. Slide this over. And give me a capture. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to switch everything over. Let's see, that's video, that's desktop. Let me see, this is desktop. Okay, and that's video. Okay. Stay connected to the computer. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, my workspace is a little bit of a distance away from the computer. I apologize if anything seems upside down or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to move this. So here's the experimental shirt. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to warm up the shirt a bit, try to smooth it out. Supposedly you're supposed to take the fuzz out of it. This takes the moisture out of it. Let me bring this to the side here. Now to protect underneath, let's use some cardstock. Because it will bleed underneath the shirt. Okay, so initially you're supposed to take your beast here and just kind of get the moisture and whatnot out of it. Heat it up a little bit, kind of prepping it. Supposed to use one of these to get the fuzz off, but since I'm not doing this for anything hardcore in particular, I'm gonna skip that step. So this should be nice and warmed up. It's freaking hot. Now I got it set to 40 seconds. 385 degrees. Okay, so the first thing we're going to use is the premium paper. I need to get another piece of cardstock. Okay, my sacrificial beast. Okay, so I'm going to lay this on down, picture side flat. And bring it down low. It says that you really don't have to worry about, oh, I should have taped it down, but that's okay. This is just to see. Okay, now it shouldn't shift. You're not supposed to move it around. Oh. Bam. Okay, I'm going to leave that out there. Do its thing. And you're not supposed to monkey with it until it's completely cool. Now I was supposed to put, I think I put another piece of cardstock over it. I can't remember. Getting old. You can see the heat coming off of it. Either it's cold in here or it's freaking hot. Now what I'm just going to just lift straight on up. Okay. And let it kind of cool before I touch it. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and stick the bad boy in the oven. Not much else to do but to wait a bit. It's all heat activated. And supposedly you should have more than just one cardstock in case it bleeds onto your cardstock, which it supposedly will. curling up on itself. I'll check on it again in a little bit. I'm going to lift this one up. And it did transfer it onto the cardstock. And it did kind of bleed through the paper a bit. I'm going to lift it up from the corner. Bam! So that is the premium laser paper. This is the ideal, I did get it over here on this side. But this was the ideal type of paper to use. You see it's kind of vibrant. It's a lot more vibrant than that. You can see the streaks. If you're solid, you don't get streaks, but if you're not so solid, you might be able to get away with filling it in with another color. So like if I would have taken this black and filled it in with a blue, I might have been able to get away with it. There are some, when I went back over it like a second time, it was a lot more solid. So let it dry, go back over it. This didn't transfer over because use a pencil doesn't come back over. Okay, now I had mixed this one with a little bit of purple and whatnot. You can kind of see the purple in this one here. And if this isn't,
I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. 'Cause lately I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Another round on my mind, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. I'm never coming down.
rolled up on itself. I hate it when that fucking happens. But the black transferred really well. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. It didn't bleed so bad into this one, which is cool. Okay, we're going to bring it down some. Oops, not too bad. Okay, next one. And that was using the ideal paper. Where was that? This is cardstock. Oh, actually, let's try one of the colors. This is Bristol. Do it. And for this one, I think instead of just doing it for 40 seconds, I think I'll do it just a little longer because it is a harder piece. Now I didn't prep the shirt first. It was heating up. So let's do this. And we'll go check on the shirt.
I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Steady steps on the ground, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. 'Cause lately I've been dancing on my own so bravely. Another round on my mind, hate me, but I ain't never coming down, never coming down. I'm never coming down.
sure I don't have any cords around that. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cool. The Shrinky Dink, the colors came out nice, but it's folded up on itself. Usually these guys write themselves, but the bigger the picture, the more folding it does, and it just becomes a dick. So this is what the Shrinky Dink looks like. The colors came out really well. So hopefully, I think I'll try a couple more with the markers, because the markers are vibrant, and they went on really well. Even with the bubbling of it, you can barely tell. I think once you do it, you want to hurry up and stick it in the oven so you don't see the bubbling. That they pool up into like a little dot. I tried to pull it apart, but it was like still doo-doo. But yeah, the next one I'll try with putting like a metal knife over it to keep it from curling too badly. Okay. So yeah, you can use it on the film and it goes on really well. Okay, I'm going to lift this up. Give it a chance to do its thing. Now this is on Bristol paper. I'm going to lift this up. Beautiful. Now the Bristol did not blend like I'd like it to, but the solids were solid. Looking at, and you know, who knows if I would have left it on longer. So yeah, you can get away with doing it on Bristol paper as well. The solid lines and solid colors, and it is a lot more vibrant from here. It's still dull looking, but it's vibrant looking. This is dull color, but it's dull but vibrant on here. Now this is something I'll go back over with fabric markers, and just like if I want to do blending, if I want to smooth out these blacks here, I can go over it pretty easily. Good to know. And I think I'll need to set it a little higher, or somehow center it so that my picture gets a little bit more smooth, because again, the top part did not get the heat that it deserves. Well, maybe I lifted it up too soon. Who knows? Okay. So that was Bristol. Slides 1, 2. That happened even though I had and again the one on the bottom did not bleed. So the shirt took it like a champ. And again, this is the Infusible Ink shirt. It's very soft. I thought it would be like rough feeling. Okay, so I'm going to prep the shirt with just ironing it a little bit. And again, at the very end, I'll show all these if my camera skills suck. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Some people have to go to work, Kim. Okay, so I'm going to warm this up. Next one is going to be mixed media. Some more media, smoothing it out. Put it back over. God, I gotta build it up one corner over here. Okay.
Looking for someone who cares about my needs.
Ain't nobody calling my phone up just to make sure I get home safe and sound. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I fall down and don't get up, nobody would care. Yeah, don't wanna be alone anymore, so I might as well sleep with the doors unlocked.
Give a little pressure, so hopefully the top gets gut.
I'll sleep with the doors unlocked. Yeah, yeah. I might as well sleep with the doors unlocked.
Just throwing a little pressure on there. It doesn't need it. Looking at these a little bit. I'm gonna leave it on just a little longer. But yeah, the premium laser paper came out really nice. And I don't think I did a skin. Bristol came out. Okay, I'm gonna take that off. And if you can see the smoke, the heat. The last one, so you have Bristol, premium laser paper, cardstock, this last one. But yeah, the colors came out really nice on the, let this keep going until I don't see smoke. Just leave it on a little longer than the other time. I think if anything I left it on for a minute after heating it up. That is hot to touch. I'm not touching any of that. But it's nice to have options. Especially, trying to get the transfer. And nobody wants to spend $32 on laser paper. Even though the results are good. Turned out pretty good. It's still pretty vibrant. The red looks kind of orangish red.
Falling out, we've reached disaster.
That's what it looks like side by side.
Don't know where we're gonna be after. And we do it all again and again and again and again.
Butterscotch
again and again and again and again.
It's not a bad skin tone, I guess.
We're falling.
You don't see the too many streaks either. Even though this is streaky as hell, you don't see too many streaks.
Cause we're like alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega. Even if we go all out and break us down, I know we are alpha and omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter, I know we can sort it out. Alpha and omega.
Premium laser paper.
And omega.
And even the black came out just
like
fine.
the waves pull you down underwater.
I like how the black came out on this one. I did leave it on a lot longer than everybody else. So that might be key too. It being such a flash. Leave it on a little longer. And this one is fabric marker. With the infusible marker, as a base, I guess you can say.
I know that we could save it.
It covers really well. Okay, so I'm going to warm it up a bit.
Whatever happens doesn't matter. I know we can sort it out. Alpha and Omega. Even if we go all out and break us down, I know we are Alpha and Omega. Whatever happens doesn't matter. I know we can sort it out. Alpha and Omega.
Wash it after 24 hours. I have to look at the instructions. But I like to leave at least 72 hours before I wash anything. After I've did any kind of stuff to it. Okay.
Falling down, we faded. But I know.
They say never reuse your cardstock, but you know what? Kim does.
We're like Alpha and
So for
Omega.
the Kims out there,
And if we go all out and break us down, we can work it out.
this bad boy down.
We're like Alpha and Omega.
Yeah.
Even if
This
we
trick
go
is
all out and break us
heavy.
down,
Okay, now, for anybody who's just trying to get an image onto a fabric, this is a really great way of doing it. Print it out on your computer, trace it with the Infusible Ink Pens, and transfer it. And it will transfer onto almost any fabric. But the longevity of it, is that it'll last forever on an infusible ink shirt. On a regular shirt, it's just going to be a transfer. I'm going to do it one more time. I just want to leave it on just a little longer. I don't want to set my house on fire, but I'm going to leave it on just a little longer. Hopefully the paper can take it. I'm watching it, making sure I don't get any fires. Because you can see the heat tendrils coming up. So far this is going to be like 80 seconds. Okay. Now, supposedly it works well on, ooh, look at that heat, ooh, barbecue. Should work pretty well on any, what is this called, polyester shirts. Best on 100% polyester. Worst on cotton, and cotton's what I usually use to do my transfers, but not transfers, but my drawing on fabrics, what I've drawn on other things that weren't 100% cotton, and it took the fabric markers just fine. I even used fabric paint. So we'll let this cool. So yeah, if I do another hoodie, I would definitely make some shrinky dink things to dangle from the hoodie strings. Like if I do My Hero Academia hoodie with like all might on it or something like that, I would make like little shrinky dinks of like All Might and some of the other characters. Either make them as a pin or maybe poke a hole on there so that different ways to get it to attach. Because you probably don't want to wash it with the shrinky dink still attached to it. Yeah, but I'm excited about using the infusible marker on the shrinky dink. It did really well. It took to it really well. I'm going to lift this bad boy up. I'm thinking it's going to transfer just fine to cardstock. I left it on a long time too. didn't burn the paper, but it did discolor it. And from what I hear, you can use these again, these type of things again. I have no idea. Never tried using them twice, but it doesn't look like it damaged the paper. So what I could do is maybe go over it again with the markers and see if I get the same results. You know, just kind of use it one more time. I don't know how long you can keep using them until they color. But it seems to be okay. Now, in the next video, I'll go ahead and take these images and I'll show you what fabric markers look like on top of them. I don't know if you guys can see this okay. Okay, I'm going to lift it up. Gorgeous. Now the black looks a little bluish on here, but it is on there. That is tight. That looks beautiful. So I left that on there for about 80 seconds. And then just let this sit on there for about, what, maybe 2 minutes or so. I forgot to color this part in with the black. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to move back to my desk and I'll go ahead and show you guys what everything, well actually I can do it right here. Okay, so cardstock, just did it. And let me see if I've got time. Maybe I can show you what the fabric markers look like, maybe just using the red.
It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you.
Okay, so I don't have a lot of time. I got 10 minutes. Okay. So to show skin, well, let me do red first. This is kind of red. The tulips don't come marked, so you kind of hit or miss. This might be red, it might not be. You also want to have something underneath, which is fine. Usually I use a embroidery hoop just to keep it in place. If you don't know how to use one, embroidery hoops usually have, this has got a little catch edge here. That goes right underneath the fabric. And you should be touching it. Go ahead and get it centered. Get the other part of the hoop. Set that over it. Now, I'm not worried about stretching anything out once the image is already on here. Once the image is already on here, you can pull and stretch all you want, as long as you're not adding another image to it. Okay, you just kind of fit this on here, and you can pull it to where it's taut. And you see, this is what I was talking about, that all shirts have a texture to it. You can look at your shirt and you can look down, you can see ridges where the fabric is. We're focusing on the mask. And tomorrow's video will go into coloring. So I'll go ahead and create another image like this, transferred over with either cardstock or whatever floats my boat. We'll bring our outlines on in, and I'll make a Christmas gift for a friend. Okay, so here it is. I put a board underneath to give me some stability. This is nice and tight, and then you just color. Now the outlines that I just put on there are going to be there forever. Tulip will be there forever. It may not be as vibrant as the outlines here, but they will be here forever. It looks like I can go over it pretty well. it's not bleeding with this coming on top of it. And but with this type of fabric, I've noticed that if you put too much into it, and what I mean is if you make this too saturated, it will bleed out. So what you want to do is once you've got your color on there, drop your board so it doesn't keep the color and move it. Like right here, it looks like it already wants to bleed, so a little goes a long, long way. Okay, so there's that. You'll want to let it dry because it will bleed. Look, it's already bleeding, and I know I didn't go anywhere outside the line. So keep your board down if you can. If you don't need it, don't use it. Okay, so with this, I'm just going to gently, this is a fabric marker that I usually use for skin. And I'm just going to gently tap it and color. It doesn't take a lot. You don't have to like throw it down like a crayon. And if I need another tone in there, like if I need more of a yellow tone, I could add that in there. And this, I'm going to move this tone around. Now this will also, because it's adding more liquid to it, may make it bleed. See, some of these are already bleeding, so a little bit goes a long way on this. And I knew I didn't go outside the line. I knew I didn't. But yeah, I could blend two colors together. I can blend this in there. And you may need to have a fan or something like that to dry it really quick, or else it will just keep bleeding. Looks like it's still bleeding there. But if you can always blend out another color. You can always use fabric paint to go over anything that you've bled. And pretty much that's it. I can go over it with a solid color, but you want to take your time on this type of fabric. Now this, I want to try doing it transferred onto a regular cotton shirt, and we won't have the same kind of problem with the bleeding because it's a different type of fabric. Now we can always go back over it and heat set it with a Cricut, or with your iron or whatever it takes to get it to dry quick. Because yeah, it looks like it's already bleeding, and I know I did not go yeah, so we'll play with it again tomorrow. You guys have a great one. Thanks for joining me. For those who have just joined and want to see the results, you don't want to sit like and watch me draw, which is kind of boring. Here's the results. All the papers worked. Cardstock, media paper, mixed media paper. Leaving it on longer looks good. Like I used cardstock on this and left it on for 80 seconds. These guys, I did it for 40 seconds and left the paper on. Gotta be careful about not hitting or not missing the top portion. And this is Bristol paper. And this is premium laser paper. This is what they say to use. And this is cardstock. So we're seeing cardstock versus premium laser paper. And if I left the premium laser paper on longer, maybe it might look different. Don't know. So I'm going to try this again. But I also want to try it on regular cotton. That way I don't have this bleeding issue. I mean, it bleeds a little bit. If you're doing it for somebody, you don't want to bleed at all. Alright, you guys, that's what I've got. And I will see you guys in the next video. premium laser paper versus cardstock. And Bristol ink. You still get some really good results. On coloring Cricut inks with this stuff. It looks pretty good. It's on there. And it's see you in the next video. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. And let me know what you think. Whoops, I turned it upside down. How about that? See anything upside down, Kimberly? Try it this way. Okay, hopefully I will also be doing this. I'll have them already. I'll have my pictures already drawn, and you'll just be able to see it. Okay, hopefully that helps. And we'll mix maybe a paper of a bucket. Black.